Hey everyone, welcome back. It's another edition of the Pick Six. I'm your host, Mike Wobschall, inside TCO Studios in Eagan. It's a post-draft and pre-rookie minicamp edition of the Pick Six. Lots to get to with the help of your questions. Let's get to work. The first one comes from Sean in Wisconsin. Do you think Garrett Bradbury will have a bigger impact in the run game or pass game, or do you think both? Well, Sean, as a first-round pick and presumptive starter somewhere along the offensive line, we're going to need Garrett to be good in both areas, but I particularly like him in the running game. I think he's athletic. He can get to the second level to pick off some linebackers and open up some explosive runs for our running backs. Love the addition of Bradbury to the front five. The second question comes from Jeff in Sacramento. Watching some clips of Bradbury against Clemson. I'm nicknaming this kid IHOP because that's the only other place I know with unlimited pancakes. Wow. I like it, Jeff. Some people will think that's a little cheesy, but I like the line. Hey, you're right. That Clemson game was good. It was rough for the rest of the NC State offense. If you want to see some other really good performances from Bradbury and you're a film junkie, watch the Florida State and North Carolina games. Bradbury, very good in both of those as well. The third question comes from Niklas. I was wondering if the Vikings might think of using tight end Irv Smith Jr. as a fullback. Perfect size body type and skill set. Well, I have heard GM Rick Spielman describe Irv Smith as a very versatile player that can play in multiple spots on the offense, so maybe he'll get a little run at fullback, but don't forget, we have a really good fullback already in C.J. Ham. Bottom line is, Irv Smith is going to help make our offense better, particularly as a pass catcher, where he is very skilled. All right, next question comes from Mike. I just wanted to say, great job on interviewing all the draftees and Rick Spielman. How many starters do you think there are? We're glad you enjoyed the content from the draft. Lots of other stuff aside from the interviews, including photo galleries, press conferences, and articles, so make sure you check it out. Starters from this class? Well, I'm not really sure. We hope Bradbury is one of them. After that, it's not about being a starter or not. It's about being a contributor. And with Irv Smith, with Alexander Madison, maybe even Drew Samia, I think the Vikings found some contributors in year one from this year's draft class. Next question comes from Jack in Oklahoma City. I noticed the Vikings picked 18th and 50th and then 81st. While I'm not complaining that we moved up a pick, what team lost one of their picks and why? This is why I love our viewers. You're very detail-oriented and you notice the little things. Here's why. The New York Giants were the team that didn't have a third-round pick in this year's draft, and that's because they used their third-round pick in the supplemental draft last summer. When you do that, you forfeit a draft pick in next year's draft. Next question comes from Adam in Duluth. Of the new draftees, who do you think is the sleeper? Ooh, this is a fun question. I'm not really sure yet. We got to watch these guys in rookie minicamp. But from a positional standpoint, how about Alexander Madison? The Vikings have Dalvin Cook, and everyone knows it, and he's really good. And then they took this running back in the middle of the draft, so maybe some people will sleep on this guy. But he's really good, scored a lot of touchdowns at Boise State, always falls forward. And the one thing I really liked about watching this guy on film is every time he did something well, all of his teammates ran up to him and celebrated with him. I think he was a really popular guy in the locker room. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Pick Six, but we want you to be included in next week's edition, so make sure you submit your questions to the email address at the bottom of the screen. In the meantime, remember, this weekend is rookie minicamp. Lots of content and coverage from us to you during rookie minicamp, so make sure you stay tuned to Vikings.com. See you next week.